Originally completed in 1514, Raphael Santi's Sistine Madonna, also titled the Madonna de San Sisto, is highly acclaimed for its depiction of the Virgin Mary with the newborn Savior in her arms. Raphael Santi spent his early years in Urbino, however began his artistic studies in Perugia, where he eventually gained his historical acclaim for architectural abilities and painting talents during the early 16th century. As a member of the traditional trinity of artistic masters of the Renaissance period, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Leonardo da Vinci all created deeply admired works whose praise has permeated throughout history. Christian influences may be observed throughout many of Raphael's works, and the Sistine Madonna is no different.
The Sistine Madonna was painted by Raphael and originally commissioned in 1512 by Pope Julius II for the Church of San Sisto, Piacenza. It was used to be as an altarpiece for the church in honor of his late uncle Pope Sixtus IV. Completed in 1514, the oil painting itself measures 265 centimeters by 196 centimeters. The composition of the painting depicts Madonna, elevated by clouds, holding baby Jesus with Saint Barbara on her left and Pope Sixtus to her right. The model Raphael used in the painting is believed to be his mistress for the last 12 years of his life. Saint Barbara, patron saint of military engineers and armor makers, was featured in the altarpiece because her relics are actually located inside the church. There are two baby cherubs that rest on their elbows below looking up at them. The left corner has the papal tiara of the former Pope Sixtus I. Raphael is a master of exceptional balance in his work, shown perfectly in this example with the triangle arrangement of the characters and the two cherubs directing the attention back upwards to Madonna. Raphael's intended use of illusionism in the painting is seen in his triangular arrangement of the characters. They are arranged not only to create a sense of harmonious balance in the paintings, accentuated by the careful arrangements of the green curtains, but also to make it seem like the altarpiece is a part of the church congregation, using illusionism to create a work of art that appears to share the physical space with the viewer. While people originally thought Pope Sixtus was pointing out towards the viewer of the painting, signaling to Madonna her faithful congregation in the church, recent research has been done that reveals that Pope Sixtus was pointing to the crucifix, which were typically opposite the altar in the church, and that's why the faces of the mother and child are expressions of sorrowful grief, reactions to the sight of death. Raphael's ability to create depth in his paintings is also exemplified in this piece. The illusion of depth is created in this piece by making Madonna appear further back in the painting. All of the facial proportions are calculated carefully to be accurate and realistic looking, which is helped by his use of color in chiaroscuro, which is expert shadowing used to resemble high contrasts of light and dark in order to enhance realism. Last, Raphael's vivid Renaissance color palette creates an overall warmth to the painting. In comparison to a later painting by Raphael, the Transfiguration, which is highly emotional and expressive, the Sistine Madonna resembles Raphael's signature style of calm gracefulness and balance.
In 1754, Augustus III of Poland purchased the painting for over 110,000 francs, whereupon it was relocated to Dresden, where it achieved new prominence. This was to remain the highest price paid for any painting for many decades. The painting was moved during the Allied bombings of Dresden in the midst of World War II to a secluded tunnel in Saxon, Switzerland. According to sources within the Red Army ranks, the tunnel's power had failed and the painting was exposed to the humid conditions underground. As a precautionary measure, in order to maintain the canvas's original condition, Red Army officials mandated that the Sistine Madonna be moved to a safer location in the Soviet Union. In 1946, the painting went temporarily on restricted viewing in the Pushkin Museum in Moscow, along with some other treasures the Soviets had retrieved. But in 1955, following the death of Joseph Stalin, the Soviets decided to return the art to Germany with the goal of strengthening and furthering the progress of friendship between the German and Soviet peoples. After its return to Germany, the painting was returned to display in the Old Masters Gallery, where guidebooks single it out as the most famous and top showpiece in the collection. Finally, Raphael's Sistine Madonna is a masterpiece that has been a lock in the art world for over 500 years while influencing the lives of many.